Now, I just briefly want to touch on the news about logic games. Logic games are not going away, at least not anytime in the near future. There have been a lot of media reports around this, but those reports were based on what I think is a misreading of LSAC's policy statement. And I will actually share that statement with you here. This is their press release so that you can see exactly what was going on here. So this is basically, there was a lawsuit. A blind test taker was suing LSAC because logic games were unfair for him, in his opinion, because, well, diagramming is incredibly important for logic games. And if you're blind and you can't see the diagram, you are at a relative disadvantage. And so LSAC settled the case with the plaintiff who was suing. And the press release had all these details about the case. You can read if you like. I'll share the link in the chat. But what I want to call your attention to here is this particular text. And this is kind of like an LSAT style analysis we can do here. But basically, LSAC said they are going to research and develop alternate ways to assess analytical reasoning, aka logic game skills, as part of reviewing the entire exam. Consistent with the agreement, the settlement, LSAC will complete this work within the next 4 years. They will complete the work of research and development into alternatives in the next 4 years. That does not necessarily mean they will remove logic games within 4 years. Additionally, they strangely say this work will enable all prospective law school students to take an exam administered by LSAC without the current games section. It will enable everyone, does not necessarily mean it will require everyone to take an exam without games. And it's not clear exactly who will be taking this non-games exam. So something to keep in mind, the importance of careful reading here. And I'm under the impression, honestly, that the plaintiff's attorney may not have actually understood what he was agreeing to, because he had a dispute with LSAC when LSAC released a statement after this one, emphasizing the research portion of their commitment over the removing games commitment. And again, on my Instagram here, I have a letter from the plaintiff's attorney here, and I will actually just share a link with you to it because it's not going to be legible in the share. But basically, the plaintiff's attorney has a different opinion of what this means. He thinks games are going to be removed. LSAC doesn't think so. So we'll see what happens, but this does, again, show the importance of reading carefully and being precise with your speech and with what you write in your settlements and contracts and documents and things of that nature. But short answer, games are most likely not going away anytime soon, at least. And so for anyone applying to law school in the next year or two, you will almost certainly still have games on your exam. Someone was asking about the score band, if I could clarify about that. Basically, standardized tests are not perfect. They are pretty close to perfect as far as things go. They're aptitude tests and they're pretty consistent. Not that they're the best exam ever, but it's perfect in that it's pretty reliable, pretty steady. The same person will most likely not get a 170 one day and a 150 the following day. But you won't get exactly the same score every single time because there is variation. One exam could have easier games, next one has harder games, and if you're good at games or not, that will affect your performance accordingly. Additionally, you might not like a certain reading comp passage, or you might not be feeling good that day, and that could affect your performance. So all of those factors put together lead to a certain degree of chance involved, meaning that if you deserve to get a 163 and that's your perfect ideal average, you won't get exactly 163 every single time you take it. You might do 3.5 points lower or 3.5 points higher on average. And that's where that 7-point band comes in. So if you deserve a 165, you might get as high as a 169 or as low as a 161 and anywhere in between, potentially. That's what it means. Thanks for tuning into the show. Please subscribe if you haven't done so already to be notified of new episodes as I release them. And feel free to reach out if you need anything at all as you move forward with your prep. I'm happy to help however I can. In the meantime, I'll wish you all the best and take care.